Hi guys, good day. I'm Emily Jane Bukat. I'm studying Bachelor of Science in Tourism Management at STI College Caloocan. As a second year student, I have foreign language course this school year. And today, I will share to you my foreign language journey. My Nihongo Journey started last September 2020. My teacher is Emery Sensei. Emery Sensei is a kind and cheerful teacher. Every session, she checks our attendance and requires us to participate using Nihongo language. This is me participating. 3をして、テレビをつけてもいいですか?
Bukad-san?
Ohayo
So
now
gozaimasu.
that you already see me studying and how I participate in class, listen to me as I summarize what I have learned and my experiences in my journey finishing my foreign language subject. Ikimashou! Our very first assignment was to make a mind map and list down the 10 reasons why we need to study Nihongo. That's why I thought carefully about why is it necessary to study Japanese and what are the benefits of learning the Japanese language. And I realized that it turned out to have many benefits to everyone, such as it helps you understand and adapt Japanese culture. It opens many opportunities, especially in business. It is life-changing. It helps you gain more knowledge. It is a gateway language to other Asian language. You can understand your favorite anime without subtitle. It will give you more friends. Japan is the third largest economy in the world. It became easy for you to communicate when traveling. It will make you look more professional. Next is this, our second activity, wherein we are tasked to make a collage photos of 10 things that we like about Japan. In this activity, I really had a hard time to choose because there's a lot of things, places, traditions, cultures, and foods that I really love about Japan. And 10 is not enough to list it all down. But since Emily Sensei only required 10, I choose wisely. And my top 10 most love about Japan are there: the sakura, the national flower of Japan; kimono, national dress of Japan; street foods in Japan; the cleanliness of Japan; Tokyo, the capital of Japan; Nihongo, spoken language of Japan; four seasons of Japan; education in Japan; Mount Fuji, the highest mountain in Japan; and the wood and paper house in Japan. Next is this activity. This activity was one of my most favorite. The activity wherein we will write our own name in katakana. At first, I really had a hard time on writing the characters since my handwritten is not really good. So I tried to practice first by writing it many times on my scratch paper. This pic that you are seeing right now is my name written in katakana that I made using the application that I have here in my phone and add some backgrounds to make it presentable. And of course, this is my own handwritten of my name written in katakana. I'm so proud of this artwork, and I add some colors for it to look attractive. Next is this, our greeting activity. In real life, greeting everyone I know every time I see them is my habit ever since, because this is my way of showing them and letting them know that I remember them and I care for them. This activity gave me a lot of additional knowledge, and this activity let me realize how sweet and cheerful Japanese people are when they greet someone. After I studied this topic, I thought of what if I use Japanese language and their way of greeting someone just to be different, and try to apply what I have learned, and I can say that I really enjoyed it. Next is this activity that is all about me, where I put my name that is already translated into Japanese, Emery Jane Bukato, my age 19, and my nationality, proud to be a Filipina. Also, this activity is about using the ja arimasen, which means not. Since people often mistaken me as a Chinese, I use it to make a ja arimasen sentence, wherein I said that watashi wa chigoku jijin ja arimasen. Next is this by pair activity, wherein we roleplay a scenario about how to order inside Japanese restaurant. My role here was a waitress. As you can see, I am wearing an improvised kimono dress to make it look real. I really enjoy this activity because this activity not only just give me additional knowledge on how to order in a Japanese restaurant, but also it brings out the creativity in me. Just so you know, my improvised kimono dress was only a blanket and I add some piece of cloth to serve as my belt. Next is this by 3 role play activity about how to buy inside the department store. In here, I am the one who will buy. In short, I act as a customer. I enjoy this activity since in real life I love buying or purchasing some stuff. And just like in the video, I always ask first to our lovely sales lady about where I can see the stuff I'm looking for, how much is that, and I just love being assisted. Next is my speech or my speech, where I only speak Japanese in the whole video, wherein this speech is all about me, my family, and my study in Nihongo. It is so hard, especially to me that has a problem in pronouncing words with H, C, S, because I stuttered a lot, and it is frustrating, but it was a great activity. Moshi Moshi! Next is this, the how to make a phone call in Japanese activity, where I talk to my friend and we are talking about seeing each other. Overall, this activity is not that hard to me, since we have a guide in doing it. Next is the shadowing activity, which is by pair. This activity is a bit hard because my voice when talking is not very thin, but I still tried to fix it. Here is our final video of shadowing.
Sare. Oishii? Oishii yo. Hai. Hai. Kirei? Kirei. Honto? Honto. Tanaka-san? Tanaka-san. Ii? Iyo. Koko? Soko. Wakata?
Next is this video activity about how to give directions in Japanese. This activity is the most useful for me because when the time is right, I'm planning to go to Japan and experience their culture, taste their foods, and enjoy their tourist attractions. As much as I love having a tour guide, I think of what if I travel Japan alone or with someone and apply these things that I learned, and I think I will not get lost because I've learned enough about directions in Japanese. Chutayo! Next is this drawing activity, the parts of the body in Japanese. Please excuse my drawing skills, where we answer basic part of body in Japanese. Next is this, our first writing activity, which is the writing in kanji. So this is me trying to practice writing kanji characters. Writing 1 to 5, 6 to 10, 100, 1000, 10,000, and yen. So this is my final activities. Next is this, the writing hiragana, my most loved characters. This is me practicing hiragana characters. I can say that I really had a hard time at first, but when I practice a lot, it became easy, but not so easy. But still, I love these characters. And of course, this is my final activities of writing the 46 hiragana characters. As writing activity is the writing katakana, in which this is usually used in writing your name and foreign words. This is me practicing and following the right strokes. On my observation, some of the characters are just like the same in hiragana characters. And of course, this is my final activity. Next is this, my foreign language notebook, my universal notebook where we put all of our activities and some of the technical terms. For our final activity, which is the Japanese song, which I can say I really had a hard time because I am not a singer. But overall, I am so proud of myself by finishing it. This is the example of me singing Japanese song titled Naruto Shippuden theme song Living.
踊らないと言って目指したのは青い青いあの空悲しみはまだ覚えられず切なさは今掴み始め
And
た
that's all of my activities in my foreign language journey. Overall, the experience in this foreign language
Japanese
subject
resto,
was hard,
they give a menu,
challenging,
water,
fun,
and warm wet
exciting,
towel
and
or
full of
oshibori.
knowledge. I am so blessed to be given a chance to study such a beautiful language which is the Nihongo Japanese language. I am so thankful for my sensei's effort and hard work to teach me and my classmates because this subject is not easy. And I'm amazed that we all did it despite of what we are experiencing right now. Also, I'm so proud for myself because I did it. I finished it. Despite all the struggles, frustrations, stress, I finished this subject with a smile on my face and full of knowledge that I can forever bring everywhere. From 0 to 100%, I can say that I learned 95%. How? Why? Because if I'm going to compare the knowledge I have before to what knowledge about Japan I have now, there's a huge difference. Before, I only know about Japan's capital, which is Tokyo, only 2 or 3 tourist spots in Japan, and I only know the word konnichiwa and ohayo gozaimasu. But now, I know a lot of basic greetings, I know how to introduce myself, I know my Japanese name, how to order in Japanese restaurants, buy inside the Japanese department store, and the most important, I can now read words that is written in Japanese, and I can identify if it is written in kanji, romaji, katakana, or hiragana. And last, on how I will use my skills in Nihongo in the future, I think by traveling a lot, since it is one of my habits. I want to use everything I learned and I want to expand it even more by traveling and learning by my experiences. Also, by sharing my knowledge to those people who wants to learn.